Who's ready to talk about some Vanderpump Rules? Ooh, this is some juicy tea. So apparently Katie Maloney was disinvited from Scheana and Brock's wedding after screaming at Schwartz and Raquel after catching them making out in Mexico. So an eyewitness is now telling Hollywood Life that prior to Scheana and Brock's wedding ceremony, I believe the timeline was a little murky, but I believe this was the same day just before the ceremony, so earlier in the day. Obviously, they were all in Mexico for the wedding, including Katie. That's where Schwartz and Raquel were caught making out. According to the eyewitness source, they were making out the entire time, or according to multiple sources that were attending the wedding festivities that weekend. They were making out on several different occasions throughout the trip, and they weren't very discreet about it either. So on the morning of the wedding, according to this article, Katie caught them and they ended up in a screaming match. And then Katie, who ended up being a no-show at the ceremony and the after party, Brock ended up coming out and commenting on an Instagram post that published a story about Tom and Raquel making out. Brock commented on it, claiming that Katie was actually disinvited from the wedding before she announced that she was on a girls' trip out in Cancun. Because remember, last week, Scheana was like, I'm not in town for their wedding. I already had plans to be here, and I was on a girls' trip, and blah, 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 blah. Brock saying that that's not the case. Apparently, she was supposed to attend the ceremony, but didn't because she was uninvited, probably related to this incident where she got into a screaming match with Tom and Raquel after they were caught making out in Mexico. Mexico! Katie then jumped in and clapped back at all of the untruths that were being reported. So whatever went down in Mexico, it sounds like it was real juicy. So Schwartz and Raquel seem to be getting it hot and heavy. What do you guys think? Are Raquel and Schwartz really a rebound fling? Should they be allowed to make out so publicly, or is it disrespectful to their exes, considering their exes are still in the same friend group? Obviously, DJ James Kennedy was there, and he was doing his little DJ at the after party, and I believe he put together the mix of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is the song that Scheana walked down the aisle to. So James was there, Katie was there. They seem to be, very much around the group. So if this is true and these eyewitnesses are claiming that Schwartz and Raquel were making out, is it disrespectful? Obviously Raquel broke up with James, but Katie's the one that filed for divorce from Tom. And if she's the one that's this upset, does she have a right to be upset? She says that she's been over Tom for a while. She's the one that broke up with him. She's the one that filed for divorce. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I'm a little torn here. Drop a comment below, and while you're there, smash that like button if you're watching this on YouTube, and let me know what you guys have thought. Also, thank you for the really kind, sweet Apple Podcast reviews. They really do mean a lot to me, and they really do help the show. So please keep leaving those if you feel compelled and you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts.